Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So recently I had put out a video wherein I calculated how many units does Rockstar Games needs to sell for GTA 6 in order for them to be profitable, right? And a bunch of you guys actually wrote down in the comments that the calculation seem a bit off. So I decided to make this follow-on video wherein I'm going to rectify these calculations a little, all right? Now, this is the Excel sheet, as you can see in front of you, wherein I made all the calculations about Grand Theft Auto's development cost. Then I factored in an assumed marketing cost. This was an assumption primarily because typically development cost and marketing cost can be calculated separately. And in fact, if I were to just pull out an article over here about Grand Theft Auto 5, so here is the breakdown of the cost that Grand Theft Auto 5 incurred, and this is the development cost that GTA 5 incurred. All right, so it was estimated to be about $265 million. They poured in another $150 million. Obviously the numbers don't add up quite properly, but it had a total development plus marketing budget of about $370 million, right? So that is what I basically went for. And the reason why I have taken the marketing cost to be exactly half of the development cost is because it's a massive game. But obviously this cost might not be accurate. They don't particularly need this much in terms of marketing, right? This worth of marketing might automatically happen for them. So let's actually revisit the calculations. Let's keep the selling price constant at $100 because I think that's pretty much established so far. Let's assume maybe we will take the same estimates of GTA 5. All right, we'll assume that GTA 6 or Rockstar Games is going to spend about $150 million in terms of marketing efforts, right? So this will become units, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million. All right. Now, obviously, the numbers go for a complete change over here because we are just factoring in that it needs about 42 million copies. But now we can take a significantly lesser number. So let's start at 12 million. So 12 million, it is gaining a loss. Let's see, 22 million, it's also in a loss. 32 million, it is slightly profitable. So let's go for 25 million, still in a loss. 26, 27 or 28 million, no, 29 million, 30 million maybe. All right, so 31. Let's see. Okay, so at $30 million, 31. At 31 million units, GTA 6 is breaking even. Actually, this can actually be like 30 million, 30.5 million. Okay, no, 30.8 million. Okay, so 30.8 million, we are getting a profitable number. 30.7 million, we are getting a profitable number. 30.75 million approximately. We can assume that GTA 6 needs to sell 30.75 million at a price point of $100. Now we have to factor in one more thing over here in Rockstar Games' favor is that obviously they might not have to shell out such a heavy amount in terms of platform cut. So here we have calculated the platform cut to be 30%, which is absolutely extremely steep. In fact, a couple of indie game developers have to pay that price point. But GTA 6 is going to completely change the narrative, right? This is a piece of content that platforms would want to have on their stores. So there is a wild possibility as well that the platforms might actually pay Rockstar Games to have their content hosted on their platform. But let's just assume that does not happen and Rockstar Games still has to pay. So maybe they can negotiate it to a 15% cut, right? Which is going to be about so now they need to sell even lesser copies, right? So I think from 30 million copies they can go down to, let's say, 20 million, no, 25 million. Okay, so we are getting at a 25 million range. 24 is still not profitable. 25.9, sorry, I took out 10. Okay, so 25.9 they are profitable. 25.8 they are profitable. 25.7 they are profitable. 25.6, 25, let's say 25.5, okay, or 25.3, let's go. Okay, So 25.3 million copies, and I think if we go below this, yeah, they're going into loss. 25.3 million copies they need to sell. Now, so let's actually now take a look at how many copies the GTA 5 sell. So GTA 5 copies sold. So GTA 5 has sold 200 million copies worldwide as of May 2025. GTA 5 was released back in 2013. So far, from 2013 till now, the game has sold over 215 million copies. Now, let's assume that GTA 6 needs to be profitable. They need to sell these many copies, and I firmly believe that they will be able to ship out these many copies very quickly. But we have to keep in mind one more thing, that GTA 6 is probably going to release on consoles first, right? So the number of units that they will be able to sell on one console will be directly proportional to the amount of revenue that they make, right? And that is where we have to take this with a different perspective, that it might take them a little bit longer to recover that development cost. But who knows, it is Rockstar Games at the end of the day. They recovered the development budget of GTA 5 and registered a massive profit by just within just 3 days of launch of GTA 5. So it is definitely possible that Rockstar Games might be able to completely change the narrative and recover the cost within the first week of its launch, because the most amount of anticipation for the game is during the launch period, right? So they will be definitely be able to earn this cost. Another interesting point that I read in the comments is that they might also release GTA 6 online version, which will be an added revenue stream for them. But when you factor that cost, when you add in an online mode, it also adds a little bit to the development budget. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But roughly, if you were to assume, these are the numbers that you're looking at in order for Rockstar Games to register a profit. And I definitely firmly believe that Rockstar Games will be able to do that effortlessly, quite effortlessly actually. And I'm looking forward to this entire game. So guys, this was a small rectification to the calculation that I made in my previous video. You can check out the previous video as well, and if you want, you can actually download this Excel sheet. You can just go click on file. You can open this in Google Sheets. Click on file, click on make a copy, and once you make a copy, you can basically just edit out all these numbers as per whatever you want. So you can play around with these values. You can change the price to $60. You can change the copies required to recover the cost, so you can put it at 125 or whatever, right? So I'm going to leave the link of this sheet in the description. You can check it out and you can do any sorts of calculation. Also guys, one more thing, at Game Studios, we are working on a couple of indie titles right now. One of the first games that we are working on is called Hello Anxiety. It's being developed by the studio called Aleph Echo, and we are helping them out with the publishing side of things. So a link of that game is also in the description. The demo of that game is already available on Steam, so be sure to check that out. And if you like this video, hit the like button, and if you're finding my channel for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss out on my next videos. My name is Nikhil Malkar. I'm a game developer by profession, and on my YouTube channel I make content around games and game development. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in my next one. Until then, take care.